Good evening and welcome to another video here. It is approximately almost 7 p.m. in the evening here where I am, and I'm back here at Heworth Cemetery in Gateshead, and there's like probably less than an hour left of decent lighting because it gets a bit darker here at the minute in the summer here in the UK. So just going to take another look around this cemetery here. Show you some of the sites, as it were, the gravestones. There's a lot of really old gravestones here, and I'm in the old section now, actually, as you might be able to see around us here. I think a lot of people travel quite far afield to come here from further away, shall we say, because of this really old section. And I think the next best one around here, with really old graves in, is the one at Jesmond Cemetery, which is on both sides of the road. I'm not sure if they're separate cemeteries or it continues across the road, the same one, but that's a nice cemetery, full of lots of ancient gravestones. A lot of people go there to take, I don't know, like these gothic photo shoots with their girlfriend posing next to the graves and stuff, and usually in a black dress or something similar, you know. I won't be doing that here tonight because I haven't got any girl with us or anything, so that won't be happening, and I'm not a goth or anything, so yeah, so that's not going to be happening. But if there's anyone that would like to volunteer, please feel free to hit me up in the comments, and we'll see what we can arrange. Nah, just kidding. I haven't took any really like proper photos for a while now. Like I used to do photography at college, South Shields, years ago. I did proper photography course and all that. Course rather, not cause. Got sidetracked by something on the grave there. It said sacred something or other, sacred to the memory of Mary Ann, who passed away on the 14th of January 1925. So there it is. A young lady called Mary Ann. Don't know how old was she? 68. She was 68. I said, well, she's still young. And Joseph Wilkinson, who passed away in 1939. A lot of these really old, big, tall gravestones often fall down, you know. And if they don't fall down, they look like they are about to fall down. And I think the council or whoever sometimes makes them fall down in case they fall on somebody, because that could be very dangerous, you know. And I think that's a Celtic cross over there, although I'm no expert on Celtic crosses, but it looks like something like that. I just passed two people in here who were taking photographs of these old gravestones. Actually, didn't get the chance to speak to them, like, because I needed to sit down. And I think I've just spotted a Freemason's grave over there, possibly. I'll go and have a look in a minute. A lot of these ones have like really sunken in, as you can see here with this one. I think that happens over the years when the actual coffins sort of rot away and they collapse, and then all the soil in the grave and everything falls in, and you end up with something like this. Yeah, not good. And here's a cross here that obviously used to be up there on top of that. Am I pointing in the right direction? Yes, I am. On top of there. So they've obviously taken that down for safety reasons. That or it fell down, they've put it in there instead in case it falls off again. Probably very difficult to fit that back on there, actually, I should imagine. I think it would need a little bit more than some super glue to put that back on there. These graves are all very close together, these ones. You cannot walk between them. This is a big one. Henderson. Used to be somebody in my street where I used to live called Henderson. I'm pretty sure this is not them. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Henderson of Prudhoe Grove, Jarrow. Primrose area. And there's some more of them green stones that they don't seem to use anymore these days. So these must have been here for bloody years, basically. I don't know how old this one is because all the words have like corroded, you cannot read it. You know? And this one looks like it's got a fairly recent wreath, like a Christmas wreath thing on it. But that's because somebody has been added in there in 1993. As you can see on the bottom, that light coloured bit, Elizabeth. Also the above, it says also the above Elizabeth. Must be Elizabeth French, or yeah, Elizabeth French it must be. They mustn't have had room to put the French bit on, because it tells you up the top, so they probably thought, well, why do we need to put it on anyway? It's already above that bit, you know. And here's another one that's sort of collapsed in again. Yeah, this one's from 1950, one of them anyway, in 1934. And as I was saying before, I think I spotted a Freemason grave over there. It's got like a handshake emblem on it. So I think that's what it is. I might be wrong, I'd have to have a closer look. But it's a bit difficult to get around with the bike. I'll try though, around here. Oh, here's another one that's been added to this really old grave here. 1990, someone called Winifred Cassidy. And next one, someone called Catherine Brown. 1936 and 1938 for, I don't know, Alfred and Catherine Brown. So 2 people buried there. Oh, this one's well collapsed in, look at that. Dear me. And there's one there from 1941. It says, killed on active service, David Wilson. My dad used to know someone called David Wilson who worked at the South Shields Library Theatre, which is where I was once based a long time ago, in the cinema. It was a cinema in there. Right, we'll try and get round here then. George Story, 1941, age 63. Alright, I can get round here, I think. It's a lot quieter over this side than it is over there because of the motorway. I think it's a motorway. It's a very busy main road. So it was sort of like a motorway, but not quite, I don't think. Right, I think I've managed to find it. Get to it rather. Here. Now. No, maybe it's not Masonic. It might be. See the handshake thing on the top? That might be Masonic. Somebody called Mary Jane, who also happens to be a very famous character in Marvel Comics, one-time girlfriend of Peter Parker, better known as Spider-Man, and Charles Green. There's another connection because Spider-Man has an arch enemy called the Green Goblin. Amazing. I'm pretty sure these weren't Spider-Man fans though, as this is from when? 1924. Yeah, probably a bit before Spider-Man's time, I would say. So I don't know if that is a Masonic grave or not. It hasn't got any other symbols on it, so I don't know. Not sure. Right. Just having a sort of better view of this area we have just been here. It's still a little bit noisy over here because there's a road behind us as well, but the road behind us isn't quite as busy for the most part as the one over there. Can I get through this little gap here? Let's see. And this one in front of us here, this big grey one with like a vase sort of thing on the top. There's a lot in Hebburn Cemetery that looks pretty much exactly the same as this one. I'm not sure what they're called on the top of there. Apart from it looks like a vase with a cloak on or something. I'm not sure. Now I don't know if this place is haunted, but If anybody watching can confirm or not. I don't know, what's that over there? It's just a gap through the... I thought someone was peering us through the bushes there, but it's not. It's not a person. At least I don't think it is. It's like a black thing. Speaking of ghosts, and I see like a black figure through the gap in the bushes. I don't think it's anything. It's just an illusion. Yeah, there's a nice tree here with red berries on it. Don't know what sort of tree it is like. I was nearly going to shoot this video in 4K, but I thought I'd better not, because yeah, well, the light will be starting to go soon, and it's looking a bit murky already actually. So but I am under the trees a bit, so it will be a bit dimmer down this bit. And there's a dead tree there, as I pointed out when I was here in the dark a few nights ago. Dead tree. I know why that one's dead and all the other ones are still fine, like. I don't know. Maybe somebody had a pay up against it, and maybe they were radioactive or something, I don't know. That's all I can think of. Unless it got struck by lightning, but it doesn't look like it has been. I don't know. And when I say somebody who was radioactive, I don't mean Spider-Man again. Now, I was in here a few nights ago, and I gave myself quite a fright. Well, it wasn't me that gave myself a fright, but I don't know if this video, the other video I'm talking about, will be up at this point when I put this one up, but I was in here in the dark using night vision, and I was sitting next to one of the graves, and I couldn't see a thing in front of us because I was staring at a bright screen on the camera, right? And I heard this almighty crack, like somebody I thought it was someone coming towards us on the path. Couldn't see anything, it was just blackness in front of us. I got a fright, like. I was just finishing up on the video saying ta-ra and everything, and that was a bit... In future, I don't think I'll sit in dodgy locations in here in the dark. If I'm going to sit anywhere, I'll sit on the seat, I think, for the most part, because I really couldn't see a thing in front of us, and anyone could have been coming through, you know, towards us. Like, you don't know who you might bump into in the dark in here, you know what I mean? Or anywhere for that matter. Not just in this place at night in the dark, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful sometimes. You got to have your wits about you. You got to be very vigilant, shall we say? There was another one over there. I've lost it now. It caved in a big style. So the good thing is there's no rain forecast for tonight. Well, they did say there was a 20% chance, but that probably means it probably won't rain. But no, my luck, probably will, but I still don't think it will, but you know. Yeah, I'm going to get out of this section now. I think I'm going to go somewhere where it's a bit brighter, I think, out from under these murky trees. Now, just as I was sort of thinking about coming out of this old section, I noticed this over here. This grave here is in the really old section, but this headstone looks really quite new actually. They must have renewed it. There must be some family members still around, and they've coughed up the cash to you know, put this new headstone here. So I don't know how old this headstone is, but the last person buried here, let's think. Oh, hang on. No. 1922? Yeah, no, hang on. 1950. No, 1950 was the last person buried here, as far as I can tell. The first year was someone aged just 14 and a half years old. And that was 1912. George and Emily Bullman, I think it says. But it also says Margaret Davidson. So there's a couple of different names on there. Surnames, that is. And bits have just been falling off this tree here. I don't know what's going on with that. It's dropping to bits. Must be because autumn's on the way. But it's boiling hot today, I tell you. And I haven't even had me dinner yet. I've only had a bloody cereal bar and me breakfast, that's it. So I'm going to be heading over there back to the more recent section, I think. There's still some people floating about in here. Is it raining? Surely not. I think I can feel some drops of rain here. Hope not. As I was saying, I could have sworn there I felt a few tiny specks of rain, but it might be just an illusion. Unless somebody in here is trying to tell us something. I don't know. But so anyway, with that being said, I'm going to head over there now and see what other interesting things we might be able to find. So I'll see you in a couple of seconds, or even 1 second. Right, so I'm almost back at the relatively modern new section, but there's a few older ones here, but they're still not that old compared to the ones I've just been amongst. Some of them might be, well, actually I don't think so. These are all from the 70s and 60s. And Maureen Jefferson, 1963. That name, Nee, you don't hear that name too often these days, do you? Nee. I don't think you do. Maybe it's one of them names that was more popular in the 60s and 70s, maybe, I'm not sure. No expert. But I don't think there's anybody in my street called Nee. Anybody at all. These ones here, you can hardly read them. It's a bit worn, like. I don't know if there's anything you can do with these to make them look better, so you can see the writing better, the text. And there's one here, 2006, George Forster. I remember there was a rather very good actor called Robert Forster. He passed away not too long ago, I don't think. He was in films like Jackie Brown with Bridget Fonda and Robert De Niro and Samuel L. Jackson. And I think Michael Keaton was in it as well. And he was also in The Black Hole quite a few years before that one. That's the one I mainly knew him from before he was in Jackie Brown. Robert Forster. Yeah, if you don't know who he is, check out some of his movies. I don't think you'll be too disappointed. He was also in a film called Alligator, I believe, about this huge alligator that was in the sewers, I think on LA or something like that. Yeah, I think he was in that one. Someone here called Connie Bell and Thomas Bell. This is 2011. I remember I came in this cemetery one night in the dark with me late best friend Anthony Crawley. You know, we're doing a bit of a paranormal type thing, and we didn't pick up anything really. I think this, I mean, I'm not sure, but this place doesn't seem particularly active in that department. But I'm not sure, because I haven't done every section of it, you know, and I might not have been using the best equipment back then. I probably wasn't, because some of my other equipment picks things up better than the equipment I used to have, you know. This is the section I was along in the other night in the dark, actually. Yeah. Don't say they've cleaned it up since the other night, because there was loads of like bushes in front of all the headstones down here. They don't seem to be here now. I think they've gone. Wow. So I must have just caught them before they cut them down, basically. Wow, I didn't expect that to happen. I'm going to have a closer look. It was just over here, I think. Yeah, it was. Just here. All these graves here had loads of plants, like bushes in front. And you couldn't read the headstones hardly. Some of them you couldn't read at all, actually. Actually, you can't even tell they were here. That was a clever job they did with them. This is definitely the section I was in. And there was a grave along here. I was a headmaster. Along here somewhere. Maybe in the next row behind here, I think. That's probably where it was. But all this was all overgrown. You couldn't read anything. You'll see what I mean when I upload that video, which I shot in night vision. Oh, there's one still covered over here. One. This one's from 2009 and 1965. Barbara Scott and Wilfred Scott. So that one's fell over. Sort of half fell over. Yeah, these were all covered, completely covered. All of these were covered in bushes, all in front. Like that one's still got a bush, but it's a different sort of bush to the ones that were here just a few nights back. So, John P. Simpson. I wonder if he's the guy behind them shoe shops. Isn't there shoe shops called Simpsons? I'm not sure. I think there was. Simpsons. Or was it Timpsons? It might have been Timpsons actually. Not Simpsons. Now where's that headmaster's grave I saw at night? Somewhere along here. I don't think that had fallen over the other night, but I might be wrong. I'll have to check my video back. Right, where's that headmaster's grave? I'm sure it was along here somewhere. Doesn't seem to be here. I could have sworn it was along here somewhere. I'll have to have a better look. I missed it. Have I missed it? I don't know. I could have sworn it was one of these along here, facing this way, facing us in this direction. It says on the grave there was a headmaster, and his wife was a school teacher. On the grave, it actually tells you what they were. I must be missing it somewhere. Where's it gone? It's disappeared. Could it have been the next row along? I don't know. Some pigeons on some of the graves over there. I can see them, it's quite far off. I can't zoom in with this. Well, I could, but I don't know how at the minute. It isn't set up to zoom, I don't think. It's only a digital zoom anyway. I really can't find that grave. There was a headmaster and his wife who was a school teacher, just along this section. Unless it was the other further along. I don't know. Anyway, forget about that one for the minute. Can't find it. It's this red thing over here. Don't know what this is. Ooh. What's that? It's got loads of things stuck to it. Ah, it's just some wreath thing or something. Or flowers. I thought it had moths attached to it or something. Moths. That's funny. Now this bit here, these are all just next to this fence here. On the other side of the fence is that building I've mentioned on some of my nighttime shoots down here. I see I was once in that building and there was a magician on. But I've mentioned that many times on these videos. I can't remember if he was any good or not, but the fact that I can't remember what he did and all that, it mustn't have been that good. So anyway, John Cantwell. There's a photo of him there. Passed away in 2001. And then we've got Jackie Bell and Kathy Bell from when was this? It's 2015 and 1995. 1995, 2015. Yeah. There's a picture of them, nice picture of them together there, and then it's got one of them on his own there. That's Jackie. My dad had a friend just called Jackie. I think it was me. Oh yeah, it was Jackie. Oh, for his second name, Jackie something. Anyway, Frederick Peter Clark, 1992. And just over here, I just discovered this the other night, that section there is like the children's section, but it's quite an old section, I think. Didn't know that was there until the other night. Stumbled across it by accident. But there was a woman in here before. She was doing all these tidy up jobs, like trimming everything, like the weeds and bushes. Maybe she was the one that cut all these plants down in front of all these headstones that was blocking the view with them. You couldn't read them properly. Something you couldn't see at all, like I said. I think she's gone now, but I should have asked her. Too late now, because I didn't notice these had been all trimmed. But if she's doing all that work, shouldn't she be getting paid by the council? Because aren't the council supposed to do that type of thing here? I would have thought. Unless it's one of them cemetery type groups like on Facebook, you know, where the Friends of Heworth Cemetery type thing. Because there's a Friends of Heaven Cemetery and there's a Friends of Jarrow Cemetery as well. We're going to go over here because I've never been over to this section, right into it anyway. So we'll go in here. But it's a bit under the trees again, so it's a bit murky, unfortunately. David Wardle. I used to have an art teacher called Mr. Wardle. It was called Wilfred Wardle, actually. I don't know if he's still around and kicking somewhere. He's a friend of me dad's as well. This one's got a sheet of metal over it. Mustn't have been filled in yet or something, in case anyone falls in. Mainly me, because I'm usually the only one here in the dark. But the headstones kind of fell over. I'm not sure why it's unless they're putting somebody else in here. I don't know. But it says was it 1992? Nora Barker. I don't know if she's any relation to Ronnie Barker. I doubt it, but you never know. And Arthur Barker, who passed away in 2004. Is there somebody else going in here? I hope not. I mean, I'm not wishing anything on anyone else, but why is this over here? Unless it's just caved in and they don't want people to fall in to where it's gone down and down the dip. It's formed a hole like some of them old ones up there. But the newer ones don't tend to form like a big hole like that too often. Not as much, I wouldn't have thought. But it's possible, I guess, on rare occasions, maybe. Again, I'm no expert, but I haven't seen too many recent ones like dip in as much as some of them older ones, you know. Let's go over here. It's unusual to put these right up against this metal fence here, like very close to the fence, you know. And I still don't know what that building is, to be honest. But just across the road here is some kind of club. No, it's not that kind of club. At least I'm not. I don't think it is. But it must be like a social club or something. I might be wrong. I've never been in, so I'm not sure. We're right next to the main road here, Heworth Roundabout, basically. And this is somebody called Charles Friel Crinian, who sadly passed away in 1991. And I guess his wife, Edith. Is that how you spell Edith? I've never seen that spelled before. Edith Crinian. Unusual name there, isn't it? Crinian. I've never heard that one before. 2011. Yeah. So, and there's Jesus, looking kind of similar to the big statue on Rio de Janeiro on the beach, up on the mountain bit, in front of the beach in Rio. That beach was at the end of the film Fletch with Chevy Chase, actually. But if you go on YouTube and you look for Brazil beaches or Rio de Janeiro beaches, and you'll find loads of these walking videos on that same beach that was in Fletch, where people go around with cameras like the one I'm using here, very practically the same as the one I'm using here, and they record the beaches, and there's lots of people on the beach, unlike South Shields where there's never anyone on the beach, as far as from my experiences. Every time I've gone to the beach it's empty. I don't know why can't they make like South Shields Beach like Rio Beach? Or is it just because of the temperatures in Rio are a lot warmer than the ones in South Shields? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's something to do with it. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but on the screen here, usually it looks brighter on the screen than it does outside of the camera, but it's the other way around at the minute. It looks brighter outside the camera than it does on the screen. It looks like it's like the colour's a bit fizzled out a bit. So, well, there's some nice flowers over here. Some very nice flowers here. James Barron. I used to have a friend called Richard Barron. I don't think he's related to him, I doubt. But you never know. Somewhere down the family tree, he might be. 1992. Look at this. These two, the soil here from this one is meeting right with the end of this one. And why are these all like this? It looks like they've been recently like filled in or something. But it says it's from 1992, and this one's from 1982 as well. So how come there's still got all this soil here? I think it was like a recent grave, you know. I don't know why that is. That's a mystery. So I'll walk across the middle here. So we've got someone here called Edward Armstrong. Edward Armstrong. I used to know someone called Adrian Armstrong at school. He was highly intelligent. I don't know if anyone watching this will have heard of him. And if you have, do you know where he is these days? Adrian Armstrong from Valley View School. And he was also in Springfield School as well, because I was with him in Springfield as well. I hope you can hear us okay, because I'm right next to this very noisy traffic here. John Barnes is right over there. Not the one that was on the was that a music video for England? We're playing for England, England. You know, the one with New Order, and John Barnes does like a rap on it. I'm pretty sure it's not him, but it's the same name. I don't know if it's spelt the same or not, I don't know. Anyway, just a quick look over here, because I'm probably going on forever here. Precious memories of Tony something. Tony Joe or something? I can't quite read it properly. 1992, I think. Right, I'm gonna have to end this in a minute. I think I've been here a bit too long. The video is gonna be too long. So we'll just skim through these ones. Yeah, the colours definitely look a bit more pale on the screen than it does outside of the camera. I'm not sure why that is. I've got it on, maybe it's because I've got it on 60 frames maybe. Right, well, we'll head up here, away from this noisy traffic. And there's some children's graves here as well. 1993, that one over there is rather. And here as well. Yeah, this is like a children's section as well, right here. Forgot about this bit. And over here, there's some more little paths. There's none over the section over by the section I've just been in, for some reason. The paths have been uneven here, like. So you have to watch your footing on here. There's a nice bush here. I think it's I always like to point out nice bushes when I see them, neatly trimmed, like this one. You know what I mean? There was a nice one over there as well. You can see it there, straight ahead. It's like a yellowy green colour, similar colour to this. I think it's the same type of bush. I think it's a fern, like a fern tree or something like that. Or is it a conifer? Maybe a conifer. Yeah. Someone else with an unusual name over there called Enos Scully. From 1995. I said I was going to get away from the traffic, and yet I've come over here next to where the traffic is again. I don't know what I'm talking about, basically. Yeah. Right, so I am going to get away from this noisy bit now. Yeah. I'm going to have to head back soon because I need to get me dinner. I don't even know what time it is. I'll have to check. Time check. It is 7:30 on a Wednesday evening. So I should be making my way back soon, and I've just noticed there's somebody called Elizabeth Diamond over there. I don't think she's any relation to Neil Diamond, but you never know. You never know. You just don't know, do you? It is possible, I guess. It is possible. So, gonna be heading out of here soon. Somebody called Dragoni down here. Hang on. See, somebody called Giuseppe Joe Dragoni. I think they might be Italian, but I'm not sure. And Mary Margaret. 1996 and 2020. So quick around here. Don't know what those are over there. Little triangle things on the ground. I don't know what those are for. Hang on, I've just noticed something over here. There's isn't there a Jewish star? But it's also two triangles. One's upside down, one's the right way up, which I think means as above, so below. But I'm not 100% sure. Does it have what that means? I guess it does. There's a lot of like subsidence in these cemeteries. You know, it's like some of the graves are fine, but others are like sinking down and like falling sideways, and there's some over there leaning a bit, like dipping forwards and stuff. Well, one of them is over there. Two of them actually. Well, I think it is time I wrap this up. Who's that? Fred Carr from 2010. There's a picture of him on there. Hang on. I think he's caught a big fish or something. So close up. Yeah, he's caught a massive fish. Wow, that's a big one. Fish. Yeah, a big fish. I think it's a carp or something. Must have been a very good fisherman by the looks of it. I don't think he got that down at his local fishmongers. I don't think so. I think there's a river behind him in the shot or something. It's probably just caught in the river or something. Millie Thompson. I was thinking of Millicent Martin there. I think it was an actor or something. Jimmy Cunningham, 2016, 2008. There's a lot of pictures on down here. Robert Courtnall, 2007, and there's the other one, Elaine Courtnall, 2014, and Raymond Copeland. He could be a distant relative of Stuart Copeland, the guy who did the score for The Equalizer with Edward Woodward. You never know. He also was the drummer from The Police. The band was Sting and what's the other guy called? I forgot. The guitarist Andy Summers. Yeah, Andy Summers. Andy Summers did the soundtrack for Down and Out in Beverly Hills with Richard Dreyfuss, Bette Midler, and Nick Nolte. Just in case you didn't know, that's the guitarist from The Police. And Andy Summers did the score for Down and Out in Beverly Hills, made in 1996. So I don't know. Apparently, Stuart Copeland from The Police and that. He, I think his parents worked for the CIA or something, had connections with the CIA in Israel or something like that. I read it somewhere. I may not be 100% right about some of that, but it was something like that. Right then. Okay, well, I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. I'm not sure how long I've been recording for. I do apologise if this video is a bit on the long side. But I hope you've enjoyed some of this little tour around Heworth Cemetery in the light rather than in the dark, because I usually do them in the dark. Sometimes I do half in the light and half in the dark. But this one's pretty much all in the light, even though it's getting a little bit dim here. And it's still a little bit noisy because of this damn traffic here. But that's just the way it is, unfortunately, down this end. So I'd just like to thank you very much for watching this video again tonight. And if you have any answers to any of the questions I've asked during the course of this video, just can you pop your answers down in the comments, and I shall get back to you ASAP. Okay, so once again, thanks very much, and I'll see you next time. So bye for now. Ta-ra now.